In my experience, one of the most powerful attributes to a good traveling filmmaker is their ability to utilize their time on the road. The world-renowned leaders in today's filmmaking, DJI, challenged me to put down my DSLR and test their new Osmo Mobile 2. The Osmo Mobile 2 is a 3-axis smartphone stabilizer with an array of features that allows users to create cinematic videos straight on their smartphones. It's no question that smartphones have become incredibly powerful, even visually comparable to some of the best cinema cameras in the world. So instead of making a trendy video, I proposed back to DJI something more practical in my eyes. Is this device going to save me time without compensating for quality? The new Osmo Mobile 2 has dozens of unique features, but I wanted to veer this video towards the things that would actually help make my job easier. The features I decided to cover are battery life, motion time-lapse, hyperlapse, and slow motion filming. With a total of 10 days to shoot and edit this project in 2 different countries, there's no question that this is about as run and gun as it gets. The motion time-lapse is definitely a cool feature that's not the easiest thing to do on a DSLR. So take my Sony a7S II for example. It does not come stock with an intervalometer, so there's no time-lapse setting. Nor is it fun to lug around a motorized tripod head to create that in-camera motion. Being able to film a 4K motion lapse with minimal equipment is definitely a big plus. However, I found the ease of the setup and breakdown made it possible to get creative and look for more interesting compositions rather than just setting a scene.
But you always do. I've been hoping somebody loves you in the ways
I get asked all the time about how to shoot those trendy, fast-paced city shots like this.
bring back the summer.
This is called the hyperlapse, and they are a royal pain in the ass to create. The time that it takes to shoot a good hyperlapse goes like this. Find a focal point, take a picture, take a step forward, reset the focal point, take another picture, repeat until your shoulders are burning and your left eye feels like it's going to fall out, cry when you realize that fluid motion in film is 24 pictures per second, translating to 24 steps, give or take 7 seconds in between pictures, totaling around 3 minutes of precision shooting per 1 second of video, only for it to look like this when it's done. But not before you import all the files into After Effects, create a composition, render the composition at raw quality, and then drag it into Premiere to be stabilized. Now to compare the two before and after stabilization, this is what you get. Shooting a hyperlapse is a very time-consuming process, but sometimes time is not something we can afford to waste. Either that or we don't have enough time to shoot all the things we want to at that slow of a pace. Making it cinematic on the Osmo Mobile 2 isn't difficult, it's simply taking similar precautions as you would with the DSLR, except you don't stress on time.
Easy go.
Integrating slow motion is quite possibly the most powerful way to inspire emotion in a film. The new iPhones are capable of shooting full HD at 240 frames per second, translating to 10% of real-time speed and easily controlled through the DJI app. With full ability to control shutter, ISO, and white balance, the professional application becomes very real. I've always been a massive advocate for DJI and their team. Their engineers are some of the smartest people on earth, and their message has always been something that resonated well with me. Let your work speak for itself. The fact that DJI was able to put this many powerful features into the Osmo Mobile 2 while extending the battery life to 15 hours and significantly cutting the price from the previous model was truly impressive. I'm constantly looking for new ways to create faster, but I believe that the most important thing to a creator is that they never compensate for quality. In my opinion, the Osmo Mobile 2 is powerful enough for me to confidently give it a strong recommendation to creators of any capacity.
The era of the smartphone video has begun. Today, smartphones help us share not just the everyday moments, but also allow us to capture those exceptional bursts of life. f1.8 aperture, 4K resolution, 240 FPS. Every new generation of smartphone is endowed with more powerful cameras, featuring higher resolution and multiple lens. Now there is an intelligent gimbal to go with that fancy smartphone. Introducing the Moza Mini Me. The Moza Mini Me is a smartphone gimbal packed full of filmmaking features, such as face tracking and wireless charging. The Moza Mini Me can support the majority of smartphones, such as the iPhone X and the Samsung Galaxy. The Moza Mini Me's wireless charging makes it easy to film all day long and still have enough battery to share those videos. The Moza Mini Me's intelligent handle allows quick control over camera and gimbal functions. Camera-like wheel and button layout place intuitive controls within a thumb's reach, so you can focus on capturing those joyful family memories. The Moza Mini Me has one-touch quick launch, multiple filming modes such as Inception mode. With the help of the Moza Mini Me, camera movement and subject focus are under your control. The Moza Mini Me is not your average smartphone gimbal. Open its app and it becomes an intelligent gimbal when used with the Moza Genie app for iOS and Android. Amazing action can be captured and perfected by using the Moza Genie's on-screen controls to lock focus and aperture. The Moza Genie app can also capture hyperlapses or be set up for an extended motion time-lapse. If you are keen on smartphone filmmaking or just starting out with your first video stream, the Moza Mini Me is the perfect match for your smartphone.
When my grandfather Nat founded the Tiffin Company, his philosophy was simple: find out what the customer wants and give it to them. 2 years ago, we asked our engineers at Steadicam headquarters in Burbank to create the best electronic handheld stabilizer with no limitations. We took our Steadicam technology that's been used in Hollywood for the last 40 years and coupled it with Steve Wagner's genius software design. And by partnering with aerial drone manufacturer Unique, it allowed us to create the Steadicam Vault, the best electronic handheld stabilizer with no limitations.
The Steadicam Volt, like all its predecessors, is an expanded system with a center of gravity right at a gimbal. It accepts any phone, any case, that allows you to walk around, precisely frame the things that you want to see, and move the camera in the way that we're used to seeing on a feature film. It's an electronically gyro-augmented Steadicam for smartphones that weighs 1 pound with the inertia and the feel of a big 40-pound rig. Three-axis gimbals. They're not terrific at following action. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oop, there's a little lag there. The Steadicam Volt gives you stability and agility, and that's the key. The Volt effectively puts Steadicam technology in the palm of your hand.
Our mission has always been to help people create the world's greatest images. So back us today. We can't wait to see what you guys are going to create.